The following episode of The Kingdom of Isolation contains footage from the film being discussed. The footage is used solely for the purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under fair use. Please support the animators by watching this film on Disney Plus or home media where available. This episode also contains spoilers throughout.
Hello my fellow Disney fans and welcome to the Kingdom of Isolation. When times of trouble, why not celebrate the magic of Disney? My name is Kenzie and today we're stepping back into the 100-Acre Wood for a heartwarming journey with one of the smallest yet bravest characters we know, Piglet. Because it's time for Piglet's Big Movie, which released theatrically in the year 2003. Now the spotlight shines on Piglet here, often overlooked but always loyal and kind. When his friends, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore, Rabbit, and the gang realize how much Piglet does for them. They set off on an adventure to find him, following a trail of his scrapbook memories, and it's a story about friendship and the importance of those who might be small in size, but huge in heart. This, for me, has a very uplifting message. Piglet's journey reminds us that everyone is important, no matter how small they may be. Those classic characters, the beloved residents of the 100-Acre Wood, come together in a tall tale of laughter and warmth, and there's memorable music throughout as well. The soundtrack by Carly Simon adds an extra layer of charm and emotion to the adventure. So whether you're reliving your childhood memories or discovering Piglet's courage for the first time, join us as we explore the magic and meaning behind Piglet's Big Movie. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for the notifications so you don't miss when an episode goes live on this channel for more enchanting journeys right here in the Kingdom of Isolation. And I also have a passes page as well, where you can see uncut episodes of the Kingdom of Isolation, assuming the and that's all depending if the copyright gods are playing in my favor. But what I'm going to be doing with the DreamWorks episodes, starting in 2026, is I'm going to be including the soundtrack on the passes versions of those episodes, and I'm just going to stick to using the Kingdom Hearts music with whatever I feel works best for that particular film on that particular day. So it will be Kingdom of Isolation music on YouTube, and it will be the official soundtrack on passes from 2026. Now, the first time since the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh television series that the original A.A. Milne books were used as source material, except for one other exception in the TV series. There are 5 A.A. Milne stories that are used for this film. You've got chapters 5, 7, and 8 of Winnie the Pooh itself, and you've got chapters 1 and 3 of The House at Pooh Corner. And interestingly, this is entry number 44 in Spain's list of the Walt Disney Animation Studios lineup, and it's one of 2 films in Spain that are not part of the US canon, which is, of course, Walt Disney Animation Studios. This is part of the Disney Toon Studios lineup, not the official Walt Disney Animation Studios lineup, because it was Walt Disney Television Animation and Walt Disney Animation Japan that helped with this. Now, Nancy Chernin of the Dallas Morning News stated that Piglet's Big Movie was one of the nifty pleasures in the process, despite her belief that Disney may be milking its classics. Yeah, sounds very accurate with their live-action remakes right now, doesn't it? Now, this is the first theatrical Winnie the Pooh film to not include any interaction with the book or any narration. So there's no narrator in this film either. Now, unlike its predecessor, the Tigger movie, top right of your screens, by the way, the animation is drawn with a cleaner outlining. It's Disney's most expensive Winnie the Pooh feature with a budget of £46 million. That would be until Christopher Robin in 2018 with a budget of around 65 to 70 million. And the animation for this film was outsourced by Disney to their Japanese and Filipino studios. Wow, no wonder it looks so good. Now, this was originally scheduled to release in theaters on April 11th, but Disney moved it up 3 weeks early to March 21st in order to avoid competition with anger management from Columbia Pictures or Revolution Studios or Sony Pictures releasing. We'll just go with Columbia Pictures to make it easier, because that was the studio itself. Sony were the distributors. Ghost of the Abyss from Walt Disney Pictures themselves, both of which released on April 11th, respectively. I think it's time to head into the 100 Acre Wood again. What do you say? Now, I will say, just as a heads up, this one is really personal to me, so don't be too surprised if there's any rose-tinted glasses bias here. So Carly Simon starts off by singing the iconic Winnie the Pooh theme we all know and love, all while Piglet, voiced again by the late John Fiedler, is painting in his scrapbook with his friends outside, creating something we'll get to shortly. Also, in the Walt Disney Pictures Castle logo at the start of the film, the arch is in pink to tie in with the film, and I admire that. Carly Simon, she has had a very lengthy and very fruitful career, which includes her greatest hit, You're So Vain, and Nobody Does It Better, the latter being in the Bond theme for The Spy Who Loved Me. And for me, this is my personal favorite of all the Bond themes. The point I brought up about this film having cleaner pencil lines, that explains why it looks, that explains why it looks so good, even with the $46 million budget. Now, I will say, with Carly singing, when I was younger, I genuinely thought it was Piglet from how similar their voices sound here. Now, everyone who was in the last film reprises their roles here. You got Nikita Hopkins as Roo, Kat Susi as Kanga, last seen as Perdita in 101 Dalmatians 2, again, top right of your screens. Peter Cullen as Eeyore, Andrei Stoshka as Owl. He was last seen in Cinderella 2 as the King. And this is the last Winnie the Pooh film to be released theatrically that would include Owl until the 2011 Winnie the Pooh film, which I've covered previously on the channel. Andrei Stoshka eventually stopped voicing Owl after the final mix release of Kingdom Hearts 2. Ken Sansom as Rabbit, and Tigger and Pooh, of course, being voiced by Say the Line, Peter!
Guess who? Guess who? It's him again!
Disney legend, Jim Cummings! Is that running gag getting old? The only new name will be revealed shortly. Carl Johnson is back writing the film score, while Carly writes 7 new songs for the film. Everyone is creating a plan to get some honey from a beehive. Big shock. Wouldn't be a Winnie the Pooh film if he wasn't going for honey at some point. Part of the plan includes a paper mache hive, Tigger dressed as a tree, Eeyore dressed as a bee, while Rabbit... Ugh, yeah, the bees covering their ears in the hive pretty much says it all, really. Even I'm wincing at how unpleasant it sounds. Just, yikes, no. Pooh then goes over the plan with Piglet, who unfortunately hasn't got a place on said plan. The bees have had enough of the music and decide to break the violin before almost going into Eeyore's mouth.
Get the little guy.
And hey, that's the first time we ever hear the bees speaking verbally rather than just the buzzing in the Winnie the Pooh franchise. How's about that? Piglet manages to trap the bees in the paper hive before the honey is collected.
We're geniuses! Sticky geniuses!
Oh, just brilliant and adorably charming. Rabbit apologizes that Piglet couldn't be part of the plan, leaving Piglet feeling a little bit dejected, and even his shadow is smaller than him, which I think is beautiful animation to tie in to the story. Leading to the next song, and this is where I thought it was Piglet singing, even if it was internal. The lyrics tie into the characters as well, which I think is a really nice touch with these songs. The song here is called, while we're on the subject, If I Wasn't So Small, which is Piglet's song for this film. And you actually hear like little bits and pieces of this song throughout the film, which I think, again, is another really nice touch. He then imagines his friends asking for his help, leading to him running back to them after he helps other animals in the 100 Acre Wood, showing how selfless he is in helping others.
Piglet, we need your help.
As I mentioned a moment ago, she wrote. Carly Simon wrote 7 new songs for the film, while also recording the classic Sherman Brothers Winnie the Pooh theme. She was accompanied by her children Ben and Sally Taylor from her marriage to James Taylor on several of the songs. While running back to his friends, Piglet loses his scarf. Back with Pooh and friends, the bees escape the paper hive and chase everyone down.
What about our honey?
It's your honey or your life.
Honestly, this is just adorable seeing Pooh actually thinking about honey, even if everyone's in danger. Never change, you silly old bear. Never change. They managed to escape Piglet to Piglet's house, even if he all did get stung along the way.
Quick, make a beeline for Piglets.
A literal beeline. 32 years old and I'm still a big kid at heart with quips like that. Rabbit, paranoid as ever, does a quick head count to make sure everyone's okay, and they discover Piglet's scrapbook, leading to Tigger being a wholesome flood of tears.
Oh, please, Tigger, it's just a drawing in a scrapbook.
But it reminds me of the bestest family reunion I ever had.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Tigger movie is a canon event! It's been way too long. This was all the first time that the Winnie the Pooh franchise directly references previous events. And the music is really touching as well, with a hint of whimsy about it. And you've got to love the charming moments as well. Case in point.
That doesn't look a thing like me.
Really? That post says otherwise. It's only now they discovered that Piglet's missing. Pooh gets the idea to use the scrapbook as a makeshift map to try and find him. Page 1 takes us to Owl's house, and off we go on another wholesome adventure. Everyone ready to go? I know I am. Back with Piglet, he heads back to the area where the honey plant took place, only to find it in complete disarray. The animal friends he helped earlier remind him that even if he is small, he can still make a big difference. Back with Pooh, they ask Owl if he's seen Piglet.
Piglet? Of course I've seen Piglet many times. He's about so high with little pink ears.
Owl, have you seen Piglet today? Sadly not, but even Tigger's aware of what happens next, where Owl just goes on and on and on and on for ages. Everyone heads off, leading to page 2, which has Kanga's house, leading to the first of 3 flashbacks we get throughout this film. Now, without the flashbacks, the movie's only 47 minutes and 54 seconds long. Without the flashbacks and end credits, you cut that runtime down to 39 minutes and 48 seconds, just 12 seconds short of it being eligible for Best Animated Feature, because the minimum length is 40 minutes. 12 seconds short. Hey, still in the running for Best Animated Short, though. The story of Kanga and Roo coming to the forest was previously used for an episode of The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh television series. The flashbacks are based on 3 original Pooh chapters. The first flashback is based on in which Kanga and Roo come to the forest, and Piglet has a bath. The second flashback is based on in which Christopher Robin leads an expedition to the North Pole, and the final flashback is based on in which a house is built at Pooh Corner for Eeyore.
And you came up with a big plan, Rabbit.
I told you, I don't remember.
He's just saying that because he's in denial. Rabbit, Pooh, Tigger, and Piglet. Twiglet. How about a Twiglet? Rabbit, Pooh, Tigger, and Piglet are spying on Kanga and Roo, which Pooh questions, especially when it's first thing in the morning.
What does Fierce look like?
That's what Fierce looks like. She swallowed him whole.
The fact they played this up as something more serious than it actually is. Classic Winnie the Pooh. Kanga knows about the rest of Piglet's friends in the tree, warming our hearts with her motherly nature as well. Kanga invites Piglet into the house for breakfast, leading to this.
It's almost breakfast time. Would you like to come in for a little bite, perhaps?
This is why I love the Winnie the Pooh films so much. For moments like this, Rabbit runs through a plan to replace Roo with Piglet. Pooh distracts Kanga, while Tigger and Rabbit grab Roo from the pouch and then replace him with Piglet. Simples.
It is very simple. Just 3 little steps and...
You what?
Rabbit's reasoning is Roo and Piglet are basically the same size. Rabbit then runs through what to say, being code for this is how things are and were meant to be.
Until after we say, aha!
Perplexed would be an understatement right now. Now, add this next point to the list of reasons Rabbit is my least favorite character. Devising a plan to only give Roo back to Kanga if she promises to leave the 100-acre wood and never return. The plan works almost too well until Kanga gets back to the house. Kanga loves that Roo is playing with Rabbit while she takes care of Piglet. Everything from giving him fish oil to get his bounce back. Look, before I go further with the list, she knows it's Piglet, but plays it up as though he is Roo. She also gives him a bath, making him all cute and fluffy after drying him off, dressing him in Roo's bedwear, giving him a cookie and a kiss, causing him to blush in the process.
Ah, no. Down the hatch.
Now, seriously, when did Piglet get so good at pinball? Maybe he's a pinball wizard. There has to be a twist. Next song of the film is A Mother's Intuition. More wholesomeness here. The only issue I have with the songs is the length of them, or lack thereof in some cases. Maybe another 30 seconds on each song, and I think we should be okay. But that's a very minor nitpick, a very minor one. Not going to detract from the score.
Oh dear, I'm a goner. Ah! You act like I'm going to cook you for dinner.
And that's how everyone's been acting since you got here. All that aside, how can you not feel warm and fuzzy inside after that? Tigger and Pooh mistake Piglet for something else entirely before Piglet jumps into the water and tells them that Kanga is actually really nice. This bears repeating from one of my previous Pooh episodes. I think it was Winnie the Pooh 2011. Kanga is the sort of mother figure everyone needs in their life. Roo gets back and tells Kanga about all the fun he had with Rabbit.
I like you, Rabbit.
I like you too, Roo.
Who started cutting onions in here? They make it to Kanga's house once the flashback is over, and she gives them some cookies to help them with their adventure to find Piglet, and Roo joins them as well.
My heart tells me I should keep looking for Piglet.
Oh, but you dears will need something to keep your strength up.
Honestly, Kanga is just the absolute sweetest. The music here is just beautiful as well. Anyway, on to page 3 of the scrapbook. FBI, open up! Not that page 3, idiots! The North Pole expedition is the next flashback, and is one of the 3 occasions where we see Christopher Robin throughout the film. He does appear again in the finale, as well as the 3rd flashback, focusing on the house at Pooh Corner for Eeyore. Christopher Robin here is voiced this time by Tom Wheatley.
Don't forget the part about Piglet.
Piglet? How does Piglet fit in?
Now, it's a recurring thing with these flashbacks that they all involve Piglet in some capacity. I mean, it wouldn't be called Piglet's Big Movie otherwise. Tigger is bouncing with Piglet before Christopher Robin gets his boots for the expedition. Now, said expedition will be to find the North Pole, leading to the next song, Sing Ho for the Life of a Bear. Military drums and all.
If you see the North Pole, shout Eureka!
Why would we do that?
Because it means there's the North Pole. Eureka!
And don't worry, Piglet's just practicing. The expedition is underway with Pooh falling behind because he starts going the wrong way. He does manage to catch up with Kangaroo, Rabbit, and Eeyore joining in as well. Food starts falling out of Christopher Robin's bag as they continue searching for the North Pole. Pooh rounds up all the food, dropping a banana skin that causes Roo to slip into the water.
Hey, look at me, Pooh!
Oh, I am.
Pooh, I'm swimming!
Just a moment, Ro. I'm talking to my tummy.
People whose minds operate like this will definitely understand this joke. I've been guilty of that when I was younger. Now, Eeyore offers his tail to Roo, who misses it and continues downriver. Piglet finds a pole, which Pooh tries to use to help Rabbit along, leading to...
Are you sure, Rabbit? Oh, you're right. You can see better from up here. There he is. Oh.
Tigger thinks he's got Roo, only to have Pooh and Rabbit instead. Piglet uses the pole to get Roo out of the river, leading to the expedition being complete, as Pooh is the one that is credited with finding the North Pole. Back at the riverbank, meanwhile, Eeyore is still set. He's still there, waiting on Roo or someone to grab his tail.
But nobody said hooray for Piglet. He was so brave.
Roo gives Piglet the recognition he deserves after the story is finished, finding his scarf in the process. Impressive that Roo spotted that all the way from the bridge. Now we head to the final flashback of the film, which is focusing on building a house for Eeyore in the middle of the snow at Pooh Corner.
Do you know the story of the house at Pooh Corner, Ro?
Roll credits. We get a very wholesome little jingle here, The More It Snows, as we start this particular story. Piglet brings up the fact that Eeyore doesn't have a house, so they decide to build one at Pooh Corner instead of Pooh and Piglet Corner like Piglet suggested. Now, Tigger gets caught in the snow after trying to somersault through it.
You know, I tried to stop, but it's no use.
He's here all week. The trio finds some sticks and use them all while Tigger sings his song.
But the most wonderful thing about here is that I'm the only one.
Now, I'm surprised this wasn't credited on the soundtrack. The next song we get, all while they try to build a house, is With a Few Good Friends, which is my personal favorite song of the soundtrack. This is where we also get some help from Ben and Sally Taylor with the backing vocals. This is another song I could just see myself just listening to while driving on a lazy Sunday afternoon. The trio can't quite get the house built after several attempts, so Pooh offers to let Eeyore stay with him, only for Piglet to have the house built with a sign at Pooh Corner.
It's a little crowded, but it'll do.
The music throughout this flashback just feels all festive, adding to the wholesomeness of the moment. The weather's getting cold, so is Roo. Wind's picking up, the rain's coming in, and they still haven't found Piglet yet. The music here is really haunting but beautiful at the same time. Now, unsurprisingly, Tigger and Rabbit go at each other again. How many times have we seen that one? The music, they go at each other, and this leaves the book in ruin as it falls into the river. The next song just breaks your heart at the start, especially after Pooh finds one of the pages, wishing he called Pooh Corner Pooh and Piglet Corner.
Oh, I do wish I had called it Pooh and Piglet Corner.
Now, what hurts even more is when they get back to Piglet's house, is when Roo draws Piglet through the steamed up window, and just seeing it break down like that, missing his friend, just want to hug him.
Wait for it to start to rain.
Everyone describes Piglet with one phrase, and I've just summed it up like this: happy, thoughtful, brave, and selfless. Everyone then starts drawing pictures of Piglet, leading to a beautiful animated sequence from the crayon drawings of Piglet saving everyone from the bees, another of him heading to the North Pole to beat a giant snowman, on the high seas defeating a heffalump, and having a bath at Kangas. The music turns triumphant here as we reach the end of The More I Look Inside. Roo's then inspired to get the others to join him in finding Piglet. They manage to find bits and pieces of his scrapbook, leading to a waterfall for the finale set piece. Tigger finds the scrapbook right at the end of the log, leading to Pooh trying to reach it, only to fall through the hole, hanging on the edge.
Here you go, buddy boy! We made you a rescue rope!
Out of us!
Me too.
It's our plan.
Now, it's not quite long enough to reach, but then In comes Piglet to save the day.
Oh, you can do it, Piglet!
My friends need me.
Yes, they do, Piglet. Go make them proud. They rescue Pooh. The log starts to break, and the scrapbook falls off, leading to everyone thinking Pooh and Piglet are gone. Thankfully, they are okay, and they all head back home. And this moment here, this one wholesome, heartwarming, happy tears moment, says it all, really.
Is that me?
Yeah, you'd have to be made of stone to not cry at this moment. They have a party to celebrate how amazing Piglet is before Pooh gives him one final surprise. He renames Pooh Corner to Pooh and Piglet Corner. Hey, it's the least everyone can do for such a small piglet who's done such very big things.
Thank you, Piglet.
What an amazing shot to finish with as well. And the music is just perfect. That giant shadow. We get more of Carly's vocals over the end credits, including a collaboration with Renee Fleming for Comforting to Know. And the credits finish with the cover of Piglet's scrapbook. Beautiful touch. I have adored this film since it came out, and I still do. So, here come the scores. No pressure then. So, what do I give the story? For me, that's an easy decision. An 11 out of 10. It's rare for a film to strike such a perfect chord, balancing humor, genuine emotion, and a timeless message about friendship and bravery. The way every detail comes together, from the delightful animation to the unforgettable music and heartfelt character moments, makes it truly exceptional. This is the sort of story that doesn't just warm your heart; it stays with you, reminding you of the best in all of us. An absolute classic and well deserving of every bit of praise. Without question, the characters in this film also deserve an 11 out of 10. Each one is lovingly crafted and brought to life with such warmth, humor, and individuality. Piglet may be the heart of the story, but every member of the 100-acre wood shines. Whether it's Pooh's gentle optimism, Tigger's infectious exuberance, or Eeyore's understated loyalty, the ensemble cast creates a tapestry of friendship, support, and genuine affection that feels utterly authentic. Every scene is enriched by their distinct personalities, and together they remind us just how powerful it is to be surrounded by friends who see and celebrate the best in us. It's this sense of camaraderie and mutual respect that elevates the film, making the characters truly unforgettable. The visuals in this film are nothing short of outstanding. Another easy 11 out of 10. Every frame bursts with color and charm, capturing the whimsy of the 100-acre wood in every way that feels both classic and fresh. The animation style is beautifully expressive, bringing out the gentle personalities of each character and the unique atmosphere of their world. From the soft watercolor backgrounds to the delightful details of Piglet's scrapbook, every visual element works in harmony to create a sense of warmth and nostalgia. And it's a true visual treat that perfectly complements the story's heart and magic, making the experience all the more memorable. The soundtrack is an absolute triumph. Our fourth 11 out of 10. Every piece of music is perfectly matched to the film's tone, from the playful melodies underscoring the lighter moments to the stirring orchestrations that heightens its emotional beats. Carrie's vocals, especially when paired with Renee Fleming on Comforting to Know, add a layer of warmth and nostalgia that lingers long after the credits roll. The score enhances every scene, amplifying the sense of wonder, camaraderie, and heartfelt emotion that defines the story. It's the sort of soundtrack that not only complements the film, but becomes an essential part of its magic. Utterly unforgettable and beautifully crafted. And now, the legacy. The film's legacy is impressive, earning a solid 8 out of 10 from me. Financially, it did bring in $63 million at the box office, which is a modest success given its $46 million budget. Critics responded positively to it with a Rotten Tomatoes rating of 70%, with the general consensus on the site reading, it's wholesome and charming entertainment for young children, which it's hard to argue that. It's hard to argue that. And beyond the big screen, the story found new life in Piglet's Big Game, released on PS2, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, and PC. And I remember playing this on the PS2. I need to try and find it. I need to try and find a way to emulate this at some point so I can do a playthrough of it for you guys. This helped allow fans to step into Piglet's shoes and experience new adventures. The film also received recognition in the animation world. The film secured an Annie Award nomination for Outstanding Effects Animation, though it did ultimately lose out to the juggernaut that was Finding Nemo. In terms of how it continues the 100 Acre Wood adventures, this bears repeating. It's my all-time favorite of all the adventures they've been on. So, before we get into the score, there's something I crafted together after finishing writing this, and it's sort of like my little prologue, my little epilogue for what happened at the end of Piglet's Big Movie. So, I wrote, after the joyful celebrations at Pooh and Piglet Corner, the 100 Acre Wood seemed even more magical than ever before. One bright morning, as Piglet took a gentle stroll beside the stream, he noticed a tiny duckling struggling to find its way back to its family. Without a second thought, Piglet called for help, and soon Pooh, Tigger, and Roo arrived. Working together, they gently guided the duckling through the wildflowers and over the little bridges until it was safely reunited with its mother. The friends sat by the water, smiling and watching the grateful duckling swim away, feeling proud of another small but very important deed. And in the 100 Acre Wood, kindness was always the greatest adventure of all. Let me know what you guys thought of that in the comments. This film has always held a special place in my heart, and even after all these years, a full 22 years after the film released, my affection for it remains undiminished. What makes it truly remarkable is not just the heartwarming narrative or the whimsical animation, but the profound way it celebrates Piglet, a character so often underestimated. The sequence where everyone expresses their admiration for Piglet, then brings their impressions to life through the crayon drawings, is both visually enchanting and emotionally resonant. Each sketch transforms into an animated adventure, showcasing Piglet's bravery and kindness, whether he's saving friends from bees or embarking on quests to the North Pole and beyond. The triumphant music at the end of The More I Look Inside in particular elevates the emotional crescendo, mirroring the audience's own swelling admiration for Piglet. Roo's determination to rally everyone and find Piglet and the discovery of the scrapbook pieces brings a sense of adventure and unity to the group. The waterfall finale and dramatic rescue sequence, where Piglet arrives just in time, highlight themes of friendship and the quiet heroism that often goes unnoticed. What lingers most for me is the aftermath. The mistaken belief that Pooh and Piglet are gone, the flood of relief when they're safe, and the genuinely moving party celebrating Piglet's contributions. The renaming of Pooh Corner to Pooh and Piglet Corner is the perfect tribute, a permanent reminder of the big things done by someone so small. In these moments, the film finds its emotional core, delivering a message about appreciation, belonging, the power of selfless acts. The ending, with Carly's vocals and the cover of Piglet's scrapbook closing the credits, adds a final touch of beauty and nostalgia. Every time I revisit this film, I'm reminded of the warmth, kindness, and gentle heroism it celebrates. It's a story that invites happy tears and one I will always adore. And on top of all that, this film scored an extraordinary 104%, placing it firmly at the top of the Kingdom of Isolation scoreboard, surpassing even Return to Neverland. Such an achievement is a testament to its enduring charm and the affection it inspires among audiences of all ages. No surprises, this is an absolute must-watch for everyone, both the young and young at heart. And that is it for this episode of the Kingdom of Isolation. If you enjoyed this latest trip through the 100-Acre Wood, hit the thumbs up. And if you want to be part of the Kingdom of Isolation yourself, you can hit the subscribe button down at the bottom, click the bell, and turn on notifications so you don't miss when an episode goes live on this channel. As mentioned at the start, I've got a passes page where you can see some uncut episodes of the Kingdom of Isolation as well. The next episode is one that's got a very interesting history behind it, as it's 3 finished episodes for a scrapped TV series. We're going to be looking at
Disney's Atlantis 2, Milo's Return.
But until then, make each moment count, and I'll see you guys next time in the Kingdom of Isolation.